Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 PSN PS1 review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Crash Bandicoot, which if you've never played it before, it's basically a platformer. Nothing really to mention at the start, passwords, saves and hard saves. Save system's awful, I'll get into that later. Options, very basic, so let's get into some footage. So this is basically the main hub, the map. There's 3 different islands, which are, I suppose, the worlds. There's 33 levels overall, and 6 of those are bosses. So there's definitely some gameplay here. There's definitely plenty to do, especially because there's all sorts of extras to get. There's basically gems to get for destroying every box on the level. There's also hidden coloured gems you can get, which give you access to other areas, which allow you to get the like all the boxes on the level. There's keys that you have to get, although there's only a couple of them. There's also all sorts of just like other little things you can do, obviously beating the levels and beating the bosses and that and going for 100% ratings and just stuff like that basically. The whole point is though, it is a platformer, so you just go and follow the level. The level will basically change. Sometimes it'll be, for example, you can have levels like this where it's basically top to bottom. You'll have side-scrolling levels, you'll have, to be fair, bottom to top ones where you start at the back and you have to run forward, blinded, and you've basically got boulders chasing you and that, so I'll show some of them off. The masks, I might as well mention it, seeing as I've got the invincibility one now. The masks basically offer you protection, and if you get 3 masks in a row, then you get invincibility for a limited amount of time, so you can just basically run through all the enemies. However, you can't jump down holes, you'll still die. The whole point is, though, as I say, just get to the end of the level, go into the exit of the level, then go on to the next one. If it's a boss, you'll have to find out its weakness and fight him and beat him, and I'll show a boss off as well. So this is basically one of the boulder levels that I was on about, and as I say, it's just basically an Indiana Jones type thing really. You're getting chased by a boulder, and thankfully you get sections like that where the boulder stops so you can have a bit of a break, because there's something that is a bit of a problem with it now. It's playing with a D-pad, because I'm used to playing with the analog, because I played this on my PSP, but I can't seem to get the analog to work on the PlayStation 3 version, so I'm finding levels like this very difficult, because they were always very difficult back in the day with a D-pad, at least I felt so. But then again, I never exactly was very great at the first game. I got much better as the games went on, but then again so did the games. Because, to be honest, the first game is easily the worst out of the 3 ones, other than, obviously, the new ones that weren't made by Naughty Dog. Please, Naughty Dog, please, I know you're making Uncharted, and I love Uncharted, but please make Crash Bandicoot 4. I'm begging you. I absolutely adored the Crash games. I like them up there with the Marios, and it's just a shame that the franchise has turned into a complete and utter joke. Anyway, let's get on to some boss footage. So this is basically the first boss in the game, Papu, and you've just got to avoid his attacks, work out how and when to hit him, and then hit him and his energy bar goes down. All the bosses have different tactics, and every now and then you can get screwed over by getting stuck on an invisible wall, it seems, on the boss fights. It's a very annoying system. And speaking of annoying systems, I'm getting onto the save system now. Basically, the saving, you can do passwords and you can also do hard saves. So you'd think that being able to do both of them would be a great save system. However, in order to save, you've got to either beat a bonus game, which to get a bonus game, you have to actually find the bonus game, and to find a bonus game, you've got to get 3 of the same type of card throughout a level, and then, as I say, you've got to beat it. It's not even a case of you can get the bonus game and then save. So it's one of those where that gets harder and harder. The actual bonus games get harder and harder and harder to beat. So you'd think, well, I know, I'll just go back and replay an easy bonus game. Doesn't let you do that. The other ways to save are, you can save after getting a gem, or you can save after getting a key. But again, you can't re-get the gem, you can't re-get the key, so again it's a case of you can't just go back and do an easy thing to be able to save. So it makes the save system really annoying, and it makes the game incredibly hard, especially because every now and then the game can just completely crash and freeze up on you. So that could be like 7 or 8 levels without a save totally gone down the drain. It's happened to me about 50 times, and it's gotten to the point now where in order to beat the game, I'll just do the password that unlocks all levels and I'll just continue where I'm up to. But pretty much nothing else left to say, so I thought I might as well show this, the hog levels, where basically you ride a hog and the hog's unstoppable, he's constantly going forward and you've just got to avoid things, and that's basically it for the whole level. They're very fun. I'm glad they kept them in for the other games, although the other games it's a polar bear and a tiger, and I love the tiger pure. But it's just, as I say, just another type of level. There's not many of them, same as the boulder games, so you're mainly going to be doing proper platform stuff. but there's not really much left to say other than if you like platformers and you've never played the Crash games before, it is a good game, but it's a very infuriating game, and if you're only after one Crash game, then personally I say get Crash Bandicoot 3 because it's much better, and I can't believe I fell for that same thing 3 times, so I think now's a good time to sign off. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.